All right, I think we're going to get started here today. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us at Conestoga's first virtual fair. You've joined the Interdisciplinary Studies webinar. I'm going to go over a few things here to make sure that our webinar is successful. First of all, you may have noticed that our chat is closed. However, we are still able to take question and answers, and you can post those under the Q&A portion of the webinar or the Zoom functions. For best viewing of this webinar, it's a good idea to close all other apps on your mobile devices. As well, you'll want to, if you're on your phone, take it and have it horizontal because you'll be able to see the entire slideshow as well as our presenters when they're talking. So we're going to have a presentation from some of our faculty and chairs in our interdisciplinary studies session. And afterwards, it will be a Q&A. We've had a really busy day today and it's been fantastic. We've had a lot of different sessions from different academic areas as well as service areas. A lot of online guided tours, and on our thinkconestoga.com page, we have on-demand program videos. Those videos feature different videos from each section at the school. So while we're discussing a whole school today, you can actually go on and view different program areas in more detail. After we're done today, you're more than welcome to view the on-demand program videos as well as take a virtual tour online. And we'd also recommend that if you're looking at a specific program area or just interested in learning more about Conestoga College, that you book an online guided tour. So we'll guide you through the virtual tour and give you a few more details. Once we're done here, you'll see at the bottom of this PowerPoint presentation here that there are 3 different emails that you can use to contact people who will be speaking today. So if we don't get to all the questions and answers, you'll at least be able to connect with somebody and we can help you out from there. So to start today, I'm going to introduce Andrew Schmidt, and he is going to start our presentation. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you very much, Roxanne. I'm going to be speaking a little later in the presentations because now I get the pleasure of introducing the Dean of the School of Interdisciplinary Studies, and that's the dashing fellow named Sean Brick, and he is going to just introduce the school piece, and then the 2 chairs. I'm one of the chairs. Crystal is here, Crystal Brown. She'll also be coming in after Sean to discuss her Language Institute role. Sean, over to you.
Thanks, Andrew. So as Andrew said, I'm the Dean of the School of Interdisciplinary Studies, and as the name suggests, we work between the disciplines of all programs at the college. So you'll find our courses in virtually every program at the college. But beyond that, if this is your first journey into college, we have programming that'll help you in that journey. If, for example, you have English language support needs, we have English language programming. If you're unsure of which program you want to go into, we have general education programs and other pathway options that can help you identify along the way what it is you want to do. And beyond that, if you're at the end and you already have a diploma or a degree, we have postgraduate programming options that can nicely complement your current degree or diploma and help you find interesting career options. So I'll hand it over to my team, the chairs, coordinators, and faculty who can help speak more about these options for you.
Hi, so welcome everyone. My name is Crystal Brown and I am the chair of the Language Institute, which is a component within the School of Interdisciplinary Studies. And 2 programs that I want to highlight today. One is Teaching English as a Second Language, which is one of our post-grad programs. And that is an 8-month program for students who are interested in becoming teachers of second language teaching. So that is one program that we offer. The second program that I would like to mention is our English for Academic Studies and or English for English Language Studies. And that is a 4-level program that we have for students who wish to continue and improve their language learning for admission purposes into one of our post-secondary programs. And some of the details about that program include, we do a placement test, but within the 4 levels, it will take you anywhere between 1 semester if you start in level 4 up to a few years if you start in level 1. But we do prepare you for your post-secondary program, whether it's a diploma, a degree, or a post-grad certificate. So that's just a little bit about our programming within the Language Institute. And now I will turn it over to my colleague, Andrew Schmitz.
Hi, thanks a lot, Chris. And the role in the School of Interdisciplinary Studies is to really help make excellent programs in 3 different areas. And 2 follow on one theme, and one is a different kind of program. The first program I'll talk about is the General Arts Sciences program. Now, it's actually 2 programs nestled together because it's a 1-year certificate. And if you want to, you can continue into the 2nd year. So it can be both a certificate or a diploma, depending on your interests or your needs. Then the other 2 programs I'm going to talk about are graduate certificate programs. And these programs are designed to take students with a certain level of skill and capability and narrow their focus and get them entry-level jobs in specific occupations. And the 2 are technical communication, and the other is public service. Okay, so now just to back up for a second, the General Arts and Sciences program is really the kind of program for someone who doesn't know which program to go into. So the very name, the GEL, kind of captures that concept, but it's an arts and sciences program. So it's providing you with all sorts of opportunities to learn basic analytical, critical reasoning skills, research. It's also a very newly redesigned program. So most of the courses have been just recently redesigned to fit all of the different kinds of fields and forces and phenomena that are going on today in technology, predicting the future. There's a course that looks at what Canada is going to be like in 10, 20, 30 years. You can imagine with things like a pandemic affecting everybody right now, an arts and sciences program would enable you to deal with any number of different kinds of outcomes. And that's really the kind of world we live in. So that's a great program for someone kind of coming out of the high school who are trying to look at what they want to do in the future. Now, it feeds into programs at the college. So we have a number of program options in that particular route that will allow you to taste and think about different kinds of programs, culinary, into engineering, do you like the sciences? And then you could transfer into those programs after the diploma. A lot of our students also go to university. And so our 2-year diploma is accepted at the University of Waterloo and at Laurier pretty much 1-to-1. So you can complete 2 of your 4 years at the University of Waterloo in English or psychology or any number, history, using our diploma. Now, so that's a big group, and I hope if there are any questions you have for us, we've got Laura McAllister here. She's the coordinator, and she can help address those issues. The 2 graduate certificates, technical communication. That's really, it's a co-op optional program. So you come into the program, after the first level, you decide whether we're going to be able to give you a co-op option or whether you're going to be working within just the 8-month program. Technical communicators work with, as the name suggests, technical information, making it available and usable for end users, people like you and me. They write technical manuals and descriptions, and they maintain correct code information for engineering and IT. A lot of companies in the area demand technical communicators. They're very sought after. They also have careers that both are in industries, so you stay in a single industry for a long time, or they can work as contract people and move around a lot and have kind of different experiences working with different companies. Public service, for students who are kind of focused in on the public area, so public affairs, politics, those kinds of interests. And really it's the non-political side of it. So it's supporting the public good, people who want to work in municipal, provincial, national government. They usually aren't in the political sphere. They're supporting the whole governmental mission. And we've got Anthony Piscitelli here to help answer any questions we have with that. And the coordinator for technical communication is Suzanne Rintoul. I think I've probably gone over my time budget, so I apologize. I hope everybody is going to feel free to ask questions at this point.
Okay, I'm just gonna get right into it then. One of the questions we have is, how can you choose an elective in your program? And feel free, any of the programs can answer this. It wasn't specific.
Oh. So in our program, I'll just take that up. There's really three different kind of options you get. One is the general education elective, and that's where you would pick courses. It's mandatory. Everybody in a diploma program will have 3 electives, and you'll be able to pick it each semester that it's listed as the time to take that elective, and it'll be electives in foreign languages, popular science, philosophy, history, those kinds of things. Then we have discipline options. So then you, within your discipline in the GAS program, the General Arts and Sciences program, you can pick different discipline options, and you take courses right out of different programs to get a feel for how different programs function. And then lastly, there are actually options within the program to take. Do you want to take philosophy? Do you want to take math? Do you want to take computers? So those are how we take it. And there's a portal in the student side of things, a way that you can do this online so that you can select things pretty easily during the registration window.
Okay, thank you. What advice do you have for students who are looking to improve their communication skills or prepping for the communication skills at Conestoga? Again, it's open to anyone.
Yeah. Anybody?
I'd be happy to jump in a little, if I may. I'm currently the coordinator of our communications courses at Conestoga. And I think the question is asking basically what a student should do to prepare to enter into Conestoga. Is that right, Roxanne?
Yes, it's to prepare their communication skills or improve their communication skills or prepping for communication courses.
So I think the primary things that we are doing for the diploma and early degree courses at Conestoga is we really want the students to have a lot of strength in reading comprehension and the ability to express themselves clearly. So I think an important thing to do is to perhaps differentiate between the kinds of communications, or sorry, I should say English courses that you may have taken in high school and what's happening here. We're not in our comm courses, they're not literature courses. We're looking to build skills that are going to help students prepare for other assignments in their programs, but also in their careers. So really kind of shifting your focus on the kinds of writing that are going to help you in the workplace is really important. So we are looking at still writing papers and reports, but also workplace writing as well. And I would also say the most important thing you can do when you get here is be here. Talk to your professors, engage with them, ask questions, come to class. That's really what you need to do. And virtually being here is going to be a trick for some people, but that's the #1 thing.
That's great. I'm going to actually just jump off of that question because we've had it in other sessions before. And it's a pretty good question. How would you recommend to students to be successful with remote learning?
Great question. I'll field that actually. I think the answer Suzanne gave was a good one, to be there. But being there can mean a few different things. It could mean being there if it's synchronous, if it's in real time, to be there. But there's going to be a lot of asynchronous, so out of real time work to do. So doing the work and being there for that is really important. So whatever is assigned, it's important to be on top of that. I think communication, though, in a really fundamental way with your professor, with your team, if you have a student team as well, is also really important. So just staying on top of those pieces is, I think, a really key aspect. But the team can answer more on that front. Those are some basic pieces that I would say are fundamental, though.
I would also just like to add that participate, ask questions. Those are fundamental components as well. If you're not understanding something, that you have the opportunity to take it to your professor, get clarification well in advance of assignments being due. I think that is also a critical component in this environment.
And I'll add to that, when you start the course, you'll be introduced to some software programs that you're going to be using in My Conestoga. And it's really, really crucial to look at that every day, not just the days that you are supposed to be in your online class, to look at your assignments, to look at the stuff and get familiarized with the way that everything is structured. Every day, come on and take a look. Your teachers will be so excited if you do that. It will be so great for them to see that, and that is always good for you.
I'd like to add something as well. If English is not your first language, our program might be for you. You may be entering into your main program with an IELTS score that grants you direct access. Many of our students already have the score that they need, but they want to improve their communication skills. And we have courses in reading, writing, and listening, speaking that would really allow them to do just that.
Just to jump in and build on some of the other suggestions, to be successful in your online learning, sometimes the most important thing is to make time for it. Get yourself into a schedule, into a routine. On Mondays from 9 till 11 or 9 to 12 or whatever works for you, this is my time for this course. And that way you're structuring yourself as if you were going to be on campus, and sometimes that really helps. Checking in every day, treating it as the assignments, keeping yourself organized, and always ask questions. As Suzanne said, your faculty, your professors will be more than happy to help you and will be very happy if you're there and you're trying and you just say, I forgot about that one, or I thought that was for my other Zoom, and that we understand that. We're gonna kind of work with you, and there's so many services also that can help you. Reach out to all of the services that we have on campus. There's help with writing, there's help with your math, there's help and support for you. And even though it might feel like you're online, you're not alone. Definitely not. We're all here to help support you. And those are some good habits to kind of start and learn.
Those are some great tips. Thank you. I have a question here that I hear often when it comes to our general arts and sciences, so I'm going to put it out there. Would the general arts and science certificate and diploma help to fulfill university admission requirements? I know we talked a little bit about the university, our local universities, but if we could just expand on that a little bit.
I can take that one, and Andrew, Sean, if you wish to jump in as well. But definitely, if you're thinking about university, the general arts and science, either the 1 year or the 2 year, they're both excellent options. So many good things you can get from that. First of all, you get the academic experience and practice. And we have spoken to our universities where our students go, and they always say, we love the general arts and science students when they come here. They do so well. You're already familiar with everything. You understand everything that's expected of you. So that's definitely, you might not necessarily feel ready to go to university right now. And perhaps doing this, you'll get the confidence to really feel academically prepared, but also a little bit more focused in your choices. What am I going to take at university is a very overwhelming question, and this will help you to narrow and focus. And the 1 year or the 2 year directly leads into transferring. So you could land either directly in second year or third, depending on which credential you're choosing. And it definitely would prepare you for that, just like it would into any other college program. But you're not stuck if you haven't taken U-level courses in high school, or you didn't know that university might even be an option for you because no one in your family went to university. This is definitely an option for you, so you can take the program and find those goals.
If I could just jump in from a side of reflect on the program. I mentioned that we had a real great redesign on the program. One of the things we did is we walked back a couple decades. We looked at, like, what are the numbers? Where did this go? So you'd be joining a program with the General Arts and Sciences program. Almost half of our students historically have gone into universities. Okay, so that's an important, so it does allow for entry into the program. Into a number of different programs at the university and advanced standing. So we have a worked out agreement with the University of Waterloo. Laurier follows that. Now we work through their credit transfer office, so you have to go in and you work with them as a student who's graduated to get your credits counted over there. But it is quite I think it's, I get to the economics, a very economical idea to finish and get, because our credential, our focus is on essential skills and base, research and analytical skills, note-taking skills, and the rest that will make you successful there. That's why University of Waterloo loves to have our students, because unlike students they're trying to find their own skills and trying to figure this stuff out. We really get you to the spot where you're going to be successful as a student. And so it's very financially frugal to come to the college, get some really great skills, and go into an advanced location in the degree at the universities, in my opinion.
It's really the best of both worlds, as Andrew mentioned. The financial implications, most definitely a benefit, and also you get the college experience coupled with the university experience as well. That blend of skills is really attractive to employers. So having both of those things definitely can help you to be more successful academically, but also in your career.
So just stepping off of the general arts and science, there's a couple of questions that I think might be relative. The one is, a lot of students are coming to school to meet new people and start their educational journeys. What would you advise students, about not being able to physically meet their students right now or their classmates? Or can you support them?
I can speak from a larger lens, pulling back here, is most courses now have really thought this out quite a bit because of the reality we have. So instructors have created ways of building classroom rapport online remotely. So there will be these moments when students can see one another. There are moments, there are pieces built into the courses where students work with each other. And you get to know students that way as well. So that's kind of the general piece across the board. With respect to specific program area courses, we can tease that out with different people here. But that's the basic idea. I think a really important piece is to feel, as some people have said earlier, is to feel that you're part of the community, the college community. And that was definitely at the forefront of our thoughts going into this semester and even next semester on that front.
If I can jump in to say, you're going to meet your classmates. You're going to meet them every week in your virtual classes. We've been working for months on strategizing ways to make this not just workable, but exceptional for you. We want to do as best we can to build as close to approximate as best we can the classroom experience. So every week there's going to be synchronous time where we're in the virtual room just like this together. Hopefully we can see each other's faces. No pressure to show your face, but hopefully. There's going to be assignments where you're going to be working together outside of the class, virtually. You're going to have to engage with one another. We're doing everything we can to create a system where you're going to still get to know each other, and it's not going to be the same, and we know that, but we're doing our best, and we can't wait to see you. I hope to see you every week.
Thank you.
Adding on to what Suzanne said as well, the other nice thing about coming to college and taking a program is your program is small. Your class is going to be quite small, so around 35, maybe 40 people. That's a small class. You'll all be moving through all of your different classes together. So you're going to be connecting with one another, and like all students do, you'll end up texting each other and you'll talk about what you're doing and what your assignments are looking like and what tomorrow's going to bring. And that's going to be nice because your classes are going to be small. This isn't going to be a huge room of people that you're kind of never going to get to know. You will get to know each other, and you'll find that you have a lot in common with one another, and that'll be a nice thing too.
Thank you. For just one quick question left for, I believe it's Crystal, and how will remote learning work for language studies?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Thank you. So again, we use a lot of opportunities to create community. So feeding off that last question, we also have an orientation program for anybody joining a language program. And we introduced you to some current students and also students who have graduated from our program to be able to connect that community. But moreover, we break you into small groups. So we're using some asynchronous learning. Lots of classes have created WhatsApp to be able to communicate amongst themselves. We have Zoom sessions like this. We have a lot of opportunities for language studies, but really the key component is the small group size for us. We try to maximize at 20 students in a class. So having said that, there's lots of opportunity for that individual practice in the target language. And really, we push you out of a comfort zone to practice as much as possible. And we will connect you with other services at the college as well, where you have additional opportunities to practice your language. So those are the key components that we're using in our program.
That's great, thank you. So unfortunately, our time is at the end here, and we really appreciate all your time. Thank you for joining us today, panelists. If your question did not get answered today, we're sorry we ran out of time. There are 3 emails here that you can reach out to. recruitment@conestogac.on.ca. If you send something there, that'll come to the recruitment team. We will answer your question as best we can. If we don't know the answer, we're going to connect you with the person who knows the answer. Okay, so if you have any questions at all, that's always a good place to start. For the liberal studies, please reach out to Andrew Schmidt at conestogac.on.ca. And for our language institute,
I know it's tight on time, but that's ASCHMITZ. Don't with the DT, that won't get to me. So it's TZ.
Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out, Andrew.
Sure.
And for the language studies, you'll connect with C. Brown at conestogac.on.ca. And I hope you realized that today when we had this session that all our faculty and staff at Conestoga are very approachable, and we're here to support you. We're really interested in your student success, and we're going to help you out as much as we can and however we can. So please feel free to reach out. Be sure to participate as much as possible when you come to Conestoga. Make sure that you're communicating with your staff, your faculty. And once again, thank you for joining us today. I hope you learned a lot in all your program information sessions. And we're going to wrap it up now. So thank you very much.